Hey everybody, we're out here at Cisco Partner Summit and I've been talking to Tony about Edge Hub, which is a hardware device. You actually got one to show on the show floor here. Can you give us a little bit more information?
Sure, absolutely. So, as you said, right, one of the cool things with Edge Hub is that it is a physical device. First time that Splunk's ever built hardware. Do note that because Splunk doesn't want to onboard the hardware, it's sold exclusively through partners. That's a good thing, right? Because those partners are also building the solutions wrapped around it, whether it's for an auto plant or for back of the house at a McDonald's, right? And we can talk more about use cases as we go. The device itself has a whole host of built-in sensors, air quality, temperature, vibration, and so forth. It's got great connectivity through Ethernet, both PoE and power for USB-C. Also has Wi-Fi, both 2.4 and 5 gig, and also has a built-in LTE-M1 modem that can be optionally enabled. So we've got great connectivity for it. Now, all that said, like the big win with Edge Hub is that it is a hub. So it knows how to talk out of the box to the four biggest industrial protocols: MQTT, SNMP, OPC-UA, and Modbus. And that allows us to go out and talk to both the gateways and the sensors that exist already out in the brownfield environment. So we can also talk, of course, through the Cisco Meraki gear, which talks MQTT to us. So that's pretty cool, right? Edge Hub also has the ability to run containers locally. So that means that if you have a protocol that's not in that list of four that I gave you, like Profinet or BACnet or SNMP or S7, maybe as examples, then we can do that through Node-RED or through Litmus running in a container. That's pretty cool because that means that almost anything else you do, we can get to it. One other thing that I think I'd really notice, right, is that because it has both a quad-core ARM and an NPU, you can take a $30 Amazon special webcam, plug it into the USB port, and it'll automatically start counting people. Now, you probably don't need to count people, let's admit that. But the fact that we've got the NPU to do those vision and sound models is pretty cool. Now, that's vision and sound and other kinds of non-Splunky things. But we can also get to the Splunk type data. MLTK running in Splunk can build, test, validate, and operationalize a model. We know that. We're all used to it. But the beauty in this is that I can take that model and as part of the operationalization, I can push it to one or more of the fleet. And I can run that model locally. Now you see that here where automatically I see a little red box that says that this is an anomalous value. That shows up in the default dashboards, and I can get to it through standard Splunk searches. Lastly, most of the data, all the MQTT data and built-in sensor data in particular, shows up as metric data in Splunk. So you can build dashboards that are near instantaneous in their responsiveness.
Yeah, and so you have a dashboard here. It looks like this is for building cars. You do any dashboard or overlay? How are all these metrics overlaid on top of this dashboard here?
Sure. The backdrop of this is standard Dashboard Studio example hub bit image. My guy Simon out of Amsterdam did this. Rockstar, right? Shout out to Simon on that. We have the ability with this, right, to be able to just pick up the Edge Hub and give it a good old shake, and you'll start to see the vibration sensors on the robots will turn red as it notices that it's abnormal. Now, again, what would that look like in real life? Well, in real life, you'd probably have commercial vibration sensors on the robot arms, and you'd be looking for vibrations that would come in via MQTT to Edge Hub, and from there up into Splunk.
That's a really incredible use case there for manufacturing. I imagine there's lots more different use cases.
Let's take an example. Maybe you've got a contract with the people renting this rack that says they're going to get X amount of power and X amount of cooling and so forth. How do you get that information today? That contract data lives in core Splunk. And while it's completely possible that you get, power usage or et cetera pulled into, I don't know, Schneider Electric or something in the back end, marrying that requires that we free it from that data silo and get it back into something that has broader visibility, like Splunk.
Yeah, that's really incredible information, Tony. Where can I go and get some more information about all this Edge Hub experience?
Sure. So for partners and customers, they can go to edgehubcentral.com. We've got web pages all set up already for them in the expected places, etc.
Yep. Thanks so much, Tony. Appreciate the overview.
You got it.